All right, time now is 1:11 p.m. 1:11 p.m. I just woke up. I slept from 3 to 1 basically. And yeah, not much else. I had this really long chunky dream that has multiple parts in it. I think I saw Harry Potter, but he's like 40 something years old, and it's like a sequel, and there's something so sad about it. And then yeah, and then I had a couple other dreams and I just forgot, I guess. I don't know. I think I traveled somewhere with my family, some shit like that. Um yeah, fuck. I don't know. I have nothing to do today, essentially. I'm probably just gonna stay at home the whole day. Second day of spring break, let's go. There's no difference between spring break and having COVID and quarantining at my own home. There's literally no difference. Um, I'm just gonna do the usual. So I'm gonna do reviews. I'm actually not gonna do any reviews. I have nothing to review today. I'm gonna edit Japan, edit college, college homework, whatever, all that shit. Yesterday I actually ran out of time. I didn't watch Under the Skin, and I didn't edit Love and Death at all, so I'm gonna have to do that. But what's great is that I finished editing a Japan vlog, which is quite nice. Um, it's been over half a month since I've completed my last Japan vlog. But yeah, hopefully I get to finish editing some videos today. Hopefully I get to finish filming the scenes for Love and Death, because there's still a couple scenes, like a couple shots that I need to film, a couple of additional shots. Um, and yeah, actually, I may go out today just for the sake of going out. I still really want to find an excuse to hang out with Leslie and Cliff, but Cliff told me yesterday that Wednesday is probably the only day he's free, because on every other day he's either editing in CMD, editing WoW, or he is working on a USC shoot. And I'm like, what? What USC shoot? Turns out Pepper's friends at USC, Jorge and the bunch, needs a second AC for their shoot. And of course, Pepper's not going to ask me because Pepper fucking hates me. So she asked Cliff, and Cliff said yes. So there's that. So that means Cliff wouldn't be free unless it's a Wednesday. And the funny thing is, on Wednesday, I'm going to have to go out with the Film 33 folk to do location scouting. So we're screwed. We're fucked. Unless I'm able to see Cliff at night and we have dinner with him, I think that would be awesome, fantastic as well. But yeah, that's basically it. I am so pathetic. I have nowhere to go. Even though for the last freaking year, I have gained so much following, gained so many friends, seen so much, been so much, and then it all ends up nothing. It all adds up to nothing, essentially. I hope HKSA does something. I hope Night Owl does this stupid party so that maybe I could take a peek or whatever. You know? I hope something like that happens. So yeah, that's basically it. But today, so I'm really desperate to see Leslie, right? And the only way to see her is to say, oh, let's watch a movie. So apparently they're screening Princess Mononoke in Landmark Westwood, right? So maybe today I'm gonna take a bus to Westwood just to go to the theater, just to ask them if they're screening it in dub or sub, and then I'm gonna return home. That's probably my plan, because I'm just that bored. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And then I'm going to I thought it's Landmark Newark for a second because that's so close to my place. I may as well just go there and ask, and then walk to Sawtell and buy myself a bubble tea or something. I think there's a boba place in Westwood too. Yeah, I can buy a boba there, you know, for sure. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Westwood later for no reason, for no freaking reason at all. Let's do that. Let's do that. But aside from that, that's it for today. I have no other plans. Alright, so time now is 5:46 p.m. on April 11th. It's day 2 of spring break. Out of 7 days, I have nothing to do. I'm so bored. I have no friends. Turns out, I have nothing to do, so I'm going to do a little bit of a tiny adventure today. I'm going to Westwood. I'm going to the Landmark Westwood Theater to ask them if they are going to screen Princess Mononoke in dub or sub. That's exactly the sole reason why I'm leaving my apartment today. And I'm also a little thirsty, and I kind of crave bubble tea suddenly. So if I pass by a boba store, I'll consider buying them. That's it. Let's go for an adventure. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Alright, I'm in Westwood. What the fuck am I doing here? Fuck me. Bro, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on in here? There it is. Goddamn, there are like 3 theaters here. Landmark Westwood. That's good. That's interesting. Where do I get in? What? Okay, what is this? I'm going to suffer from insomnia so hard tonight, but that's okay. Alright, time now is 2:02 a.m. in the morning. Just wrap it up today. Well, great, my day is just ruined. So I just got rejected by... Okay, so let's start off with the Westwood Adventure, right. At around 5:40 something, I went to Westwood all by myself because I'm just that bored. And I'm just that alone, lonely. So I went to Westwood all by myself, and yeah, I went to Westwood all by myself, and I freaking I went to Landmark Theater, and I asked them the question. They were holding this weird event, Jeremy Renner renovation event. Whatever the fuck that is, I didn't really care. I went to Landmark Westwood to ask them if they're screening Princess Mononoke, and they said yes, and I asked them if they're screening it in dub or in sub, like in Japanese, and they said they're screening it in Japanese, so that's fucking great. I got an answer. I was so scared I wouldn't get an answer because they don't know. And then I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm craving boba. Can you shut the fuck up? My laptop's screaming right now. It's overheating. I don't know why, even though I'm literally not using it. But yeah, I bought myself a bubble tea, $6, easy peasy. Went back home and just enjoyed the rest of my day. Candace's boyfriend, Michael, is here, and every time he sees me, he's like, hey, what's up, Enoch, my man? And then, I guess this is how I look by default when I wear my glasses. I just look so disheveled. So when I came back, he was like shocked at how disheveled and broken I look. So, he was like, you know, whoa, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then a little bit later I came up and I didn't wear glasses, and he told me that I look so different without glasses, and he asked me if I can fight, and I'm like, fight? No. That's a really weird question, but I don't feel threatened at all. Like, I'm just gonna let him ask me weird questions. I cooked dinner, which is pork chops with ravioli with some spinach salad, whatever. It's very basic. I rated it 4 out of 10. It's really dry and bland and tasteless. And then I had a phone call with Michelle, and the phone call lasted like 3 hours. Holy shit. And we kept talking, and because of that, I wasn't able to watch The Night is Short Walk On Girl, which I plan to watch tonight. I did watch Under the Skin, but I also skipped around. I skipped the middle part. But yeah, we had a very long phone call. We just talked about like whatever. Like apparently in the afternoon, Chapman sent us the decision email, and CSUN also sent me the decision email, and I was scared to read it because I was so scared that I would be rejected. So instead, we talked a lot about love life. I continued to talk about Leslie. I realized this, and this is a great thing actually. Like, the more I think about her, the more I like her, which is great. So, yeah, I guess the big thing is the big thing I want to talk about is the decisions, because I just about 10 minutes ago I just finally opened the Chapman and the CSUN letters, and holy fucking shit. So for Chapman University, I have an 8% chance of entering, and I got rejected. And I don't fucking know how, because I think Chapman is one of the later ones. So I believe my personal statement is the tip top. Like, I tried my very best. I think my essays are written at my best. The short film I submitted, I made sure it's at my best. And I got fucking rejected. So that's really disappointing, and it made me worried that if my portfolio isn't good enough for Chapman, maybe it's definitely not good enough for UCLA and USC. So it made me really worried. And then after that, I checked CSUN, and I thought CSUN, I should be able to get in. It should be a lot easier. And holy fuck, I also got rejected. My heart dropped. My heart sank, really. I don't know what to say. At least the good thing is I'm not worried about moving all the way to Orange County and paying a super high tuition fee. And because I don't get into CSUN, I guess I don't have to worry about moving to Burbank either. I guess on the bright side, that's that, but that's fucking bullshit. If CSUN rejects me, then this means that I have a fucking 0% chance at UCLA and USC. Is my portfolio that bad? Because CSUN's very not competitive. I mean, CSUN's kind of competitive, but like, it's definitely easier to get in than UCLA and USC. And CSUN is like my backup choice. Even my backup choice has denied me. Are you fucking kidding me? So far Long Beach has accepted me, which is, I guess, a good thing. I guess another thing I don't have to worry about because of CSUN is now I don't have to take Media 1 over summer, so that's fucking great. Because I don't want to take another class in summer. If CSUN accepts me and the Big Four doesn't, if all UCLA, USC, LMU, Chapman, if they all reject me, then I guess I'll have to go with either CSUN or Long Beach, and if I have to go for CSUN, I'll have to take Media 1, which is bullshit. Holy fuck. I don't know how. Okay, given that Chapman, my number 4 place, and CSUN, my number 5 place, has both rejected me, I don't think my 1, 2, 3 will accept me at all. I'm prepared to be rejected by all, other than Long Beach and maybe Santa Barbara. I'm prepared to be rejected by all, other than Long Beach, because I got into Long Beach. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I'm so fucked in the ass right now. I'm so fucked in the ass. I know this is going to be emotionally destructive for me, but I didn't know. God damn. If any of USC or UCLA or LMU accept me in the future, I'm going to be surprised, because I guess they just don't like my portfolio. I guess maybe I'm a little too self-deprecating in my personal statement. Maybe my essays are just too off the beaten path. Either that or my essays are too conventional. I don't even know. I can't even tell. I tried my very best. Like, I tried my very best writing the essay, every single word, every single sentence, everything. I just tried my extreme best. It has to fucking work. And now that Chapman and CSUN has both rejected me, it's just fuck. Oh my god. I don't know when will the next decision be, but LMU, UCLA, USC. Until I know further from those three, I'm going to be very scared for my life. Well, at least Long Beach accepted me. If push comes to shove, I'll just go to Long Beach. And CSU Long Beach, it's like, it has very good, like it's low cost, low tuition fee, a little far away, but not as far as Burbank. It could kind of work, I guess. Fuck. Alright, time now is 1:27 p.m. on April 12. I slept from 4:11 a.m. till 1:10 a.m. essentially. Yeah, I'm back to my late sleeping. I was just too upset to fucking sleep. I was just too upset. I didn't watch the anime film. I didn't have time to do jack shit. Okay, I was just too upset. But I did manage to fall asleep. I didn't immediately fall asleep, but I did manage to fall asleep. And not a good quality of a sleep. Fuck. Last night I found out that apparently you can write a letters of appeal. It doesn't work all the time. Like, only a small percentage of people who write letters of appeal will work. But it's better than doing nothing about it, So I'm gonna write a letter of appeal against CSUN, but I won't write one against Chapman because I'm not going to Orange County. Okay, I'm not going to Orange County and paying $90,000 a year for a fucking film degree. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. But I'm definitely writing one to CSUN. In fact, in my head, I already came up with some things I could write in the letter of appeal. I'm gonna write the most epic, dramatic, life and death letter that they will ever fucking read in their lives, okay? I'm going to write about how LA is a battlefield for me. People say film industry is like the trenches. Well, they're wrong, because to me, being in LA in and of itself is being in the trenches. Every breath I take, every walk I walk, okay? Every time I carry plastic bags from Ralph's and I'm strutting on the streets, and every time I suffer because of this dry weather and my skin crack, okay? I suffer, but that's okay because I'm doing it for film. And I have nothing to lose, and I will have nothing to lose if all of these schools reject me. If all of these... What the fuck's going on?
Hello, England.
Why do they even have keys to my fucking apartment? You know what? I'm gonna do some exercises. Because I'm in my pajamas. And then I'll talk more. Alright, so, yeah, time now is, 7:03 p.m. I am off the deep end, guys. I'm off the deep end. I really, didn't do much in the last 5 hours or so. Yeah, I really didn't do much. I edited the Japan vlog. I edited college update video, and that's pretty much it. I had breakfast, I had lunch, and then not much else. I don't have anything planned. I probably have several things I need to do today, but I'm not doing any of them. I just don't know how to feel right now. I want to hang out with someone today. It's the third day of spring break. I asked Cliff, I asked Leslie, and I finally got some response from both of them. By the way, Michelle also got rejected by both CSUN and Chapman. Holy fucking shit. She's gonna write a letter of appeal. I'm writing a letter of appeal right now, today, as fast as possible. You know, first come, first serve. Um, but yeah, Cliff is free today, but he woke up at around 2 p.m. and he had to do some cash ATM grab thing, and then he had to do a history class quiz, goofy little quiz. And then I thought to myself, okay, it's literally like 6 p.m. now. There's no way on earth will we have any time to go anywhere or hang out at all. Um, and then Cliff responded saying that we could go to Justin's place tonight. And I thought to myself, okay, that's kind of random. I mean, it would be great, but also I don't know the logistics of it. Like, how about dinner? Am I just gonna starve? Like, how about me watching a movie? How about this? How about that? But I guess I just don't want to care anymore, you know? Just fuck it all. And Leslie's not free the whole day. Leslie spoke to me this morning. So this morning I saw the DMs and Leslie spoke to me, which is fucking amazing. Like, I love waking up to her DMs, you know? That's like a gift from God. But she told me that she's not free today the whole fucking day. She's in CMD, packing, storage room, whatever. Um, but she is indeed interested in watching Princess Mononoke on Saturday night, so I have that to look forward to, I guess. Um, yeah, so at least I'll be seeing her on Saturday. God damn it. But yeah, I don't know. I told Cliff and Leslie about me getting rejected from CSUN and Chapman, and I hate admitting this to people. This is fucking embarrassing. And I guess by me telling them that, especially for Leslie, she has no idea how much of a how bad I feel about this, you know? So I don't really know. Um yeah, and then at the same time Birkin texted me quite a bit today on tomorrow's location scouting, so tomorrow I'll have to wake up early anyways. I want to go to bed at 2 p.m., but that's probably never not going to happen. So Justin told me, so I texted Justin, can I go to his place? Turns out, last night Justin told Cliff that Cliff should invite me to Justin's place. But as it turns out, Justin has some other plans today to go to another person's house, to go to his friend's house. And it's just going to be crazy. And he warned me, saying that there's just going to be a lot of strong language, slurs, and drug use. As long as sex is not involved, I'm going. So I said, you know, it should be fine. I'm not gonna take any drugs though, because if I want to get high, I want to get high with Leslie. You know, like I want my first experience to be with a girl I like. You know, I took weed for the first time with Pepper, and it's so goddamn um so goddamn uneventful. Which is good because now I'm saving it for Leslie probably. Um, but essentially there's that. So Cliff is doing a quiz thing now. I'm probably gonna spend maybe half an hour watching an anime movie, and then I'll finish that movie maybe by tonight. And I'm probably gonna get home really late. It's okay. It's totally fine. Let's see. I probably won't upload any YouTube videos today other than the Japan vlog video. Tomorrow I'll upload a couple. I'll write the letter of appeal tonight. I'll finish writing the version as much as possible tonight and tomorrow. I also spend a little time editing my short film. Good progress. I think I'm about, just the image alone, I think I'm about 40% done with the short film. And then after all of that, I have to take care of the sound, I have to take care of the coloring, I'll have to take care of the music, and then subtitles and credits, and then after all that, it's ready to roll out. But yeah, essentially there's that. I really don't know how to feel right now. I don't feel mentally distressed actually, nor do I feel very orderly. Like I don't feel like I'm in control of things. Like I feel like so many things are happening around me and it's chaotic and I'm losing control, but it's also not in a very distressing way. In a way it's just like soft, you know? And I low-key am a little upset that I'm not upset enough. I'm upset that I'm not mentally distressed enough right now because I'm trying to get that stress back. Like, ever since last year, by the end of last year, I've been daydreaming of myself going insane and shit. Leslie just sent me an Instagram reel video of someone, you know, saying, "Ooh, I want to be dramatic, ha ha ha," and Leslie probably finds it funny. I mean, it's relatable because I'm probably the most dramatic person in the whole fucking world. um, but yeah, I honestly I don't know, and I feel like for me to finish writing the version, I really need that cynicism back. I really need that hatefulness back, and I can't really get that back ever again in my life, which is kind of sad. And again, the moment I have a girlfriend, the moment I get a girlfriend, I straight up need to stop because I will be disqualified from writing it. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But good news is that this Saturday I'll at least be able to hang out with Leslie, hopefully.
You did it.
Hey man, I'm Mexican.
Why? You did after I transfer, I'll let you. Were you playing merchant then? Yeah, I was trying to do single. But you're international, right? Or no? Where'd you
Give me.
Damn, are we gonna eat something?
Like I didn't go to high school.
Yeah.
For my love, my life.
Berlin for what?
I'll give you electricity.
Mandarin is neat.
I'll give you Dubai.
It's just too serious. Okay, here comes the highway.
Highway
Slowly
time,
going
boys.
back, bro.
There's no way.
Doesn't look as good on this. Ice cream.
That's true.
Song.
This is pretty good at all. Hey?
Bro.
Oh.
This chicken slider, that's a fries? Oh, you'll eat in the room. Okay, I'm coming too. That's like April, like next week, April 20 something.
Which day? It's something I made.
Just now?
Yeah.
Time now is 3:03 a.m. in the morning. I just came back home from the event today, and I would say this is the most interesting thing that has happened to me in spring break so far. Essentially, this Mexican American guy drove me and Cliff at around 8:30 to Justin's house. And we went there and chilled for about half an hour, watching some videos on a big TV screen. You know what? I'm going to talk later tomorrow. I just don't have that sort of energy now. I'm just going to drink a lot of water. I'm so thirsty, and then I'm going to immediately take a shower, go to bed, and then I'll continue tomorrow morning. More drama with Michelle and Leslie, and you heard me right, drama. Fuck. Oh my god, it's almost like a repeat of history. If Michelle is Bernice and Leslie is Mary, you know. Except, of course, I wouldn't want Michelle to steal my diary and betray me and whatever. And also some stupid this troll who's been trolling me for a whole year now. You know, him, because I got rejected from Chapman and CSUN, and he's like laughing at me on Twitter now because he wants to bully me even further. And somebody asked him for context, and then he said, "Oh, this guy used to be my best friend, and he betrayed me for some internet clout." And like, what the fuck? First of all, we were never best friends. Second of all, I never betrayed you. Third of all, for internet clout, what the fuck do you mean? Did I make a video on you? Like, did I make anything, like a comment on you? Like, you're saying nonsense, basically. But yeah, I'm going to bed right now. Bye-bye. Alright, time now is 10:58 a.m. on April 13th. So, yeah, fuck, I slept from, I think, 3:40 to, like, 10:10, but I went back to bed a little bit. Yeah, so, fuck, I had a dream where I went back to the school, but as a teacher. And I actually saw the people I used to know. I saw everyone I used to know. I saw Anne, I saw Grant, I saw everyone again, but I'm the teacher now. It's so weird. And I'm doing such a great job at teaching. And then I got COVID. I started coughing, I got COVID, I did the test, and I saw the second line, and apparently somebody's telling me that it's fast, like I'm going to recover fast, but still it's a second line. And I told my mom about it. But yeah, essentially there's that. So let's talk about yesterday a little bit first. God, I shouldn't have went back to bed. I ruined my schedule. Yesterday is pretty weird. I didn't have dinner. I left the apartment at 8:30. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited so long for whoever's gonna pick me up. So Justin told me. So Justin at first was like, "Oh, you know, if you don't mind, you can Uber here to my place." And then never mind, someone's coming to pick you up. So some stranger is coming to pick me up. And that stranger will pick Cliff up as well. That stranger knows Cliff. So this stranger is a big Mexican American guy. His name is Victor, I believe. And at around 8:30, he did show up with Cliff right outside of my apartment. Not really right outside. I have to walk a little bit. And then I got into the car, sat in the back, and they drove us to Justin's place. And at that point, I honestly wasn't in the mood for socializing last night. I only wanted to go out there and do some shit. I don't care. Okay, I really don't care what happens next. So I went to Justin's place, and on the way I texted Michelle because some insane shit went on with Michelle and Leslie. That's that. But, yeah, essentially, that is that. Yeah, essentially that is that. So we arrived at Justin's place, Justin's apartment, in this apartment complex near the main campus. And, we walked in, and it's a pretty empty house. And I thought it's just gonna be me, Cliff, this Mexican American, and Justin. And then we walked into one of the bedrooms, and there are two more Malaysian people. And in this bedroom, it's like a boys' gamers room. Like, there are 3 mattresses on the floor. Like 1 bed plus 2 mattresses. And then we just sat on the floor, and there's this giant TV in the middle of the room. And we were watching these 4K drone footage of Malaysian cities like Kota Kinabalu and Johor and Kuching, which are the 3 places Cliff, Justin, and the other 2 Malaysians are from, respectively. And then they also looked at Hong Kong, and we talked about it and laughed at it. I wasn't like super crazy about meeting strangers, but I was comfortable enough to be a little sarcastic, a little funny, you know. We shook hands or whatever. And then after a while, we brought a little bit of groceries, and Nick drove, not Nick, I'm going insane right now. The Mexican American guy drove me and Cliff, while the 2 Malaysians drove Justin to George's place. So it's another house nearby. And at around that time, it was already, like 9 something p.m. perhaps. So I went to George's house, and oh boy, this is a weird thing. I'm glad I was there to witness it, but there's so many more people there. So we entered this place, and it's also kind of like an apartment complex, really. And George is an Indonesian guy. There's an Indonesian guy. There's another dude in a hat called Aaron, and he's born in Hong Kong, but he's raised in Indonesia, so he identifies as an Indo, and he doesn't look like a Hong Kong anyways. And then there's a Taiwanese dude. He looks like Bruce Lee, and he's high as fuck. And then there's another guy called Mark. I kind of forgot what he looks like, honestly. And there's another guy called Travis, who showed up a little bit later, who's like very chill, plays guitar, and he's like one of those "what's up, bro" type guys. And the moment I stepped into the house, there's an ocean of shoes on the floor because we had to take off our shoes. But that also shows that there are a lot of people in this house. And also, I could smell intense cigarette smoke. Like, they are fucking smoking. And at first, I thought, ooh, it's such a nostalgic smell. Because some local restaurants in Hong Kong have that smell. And then I realized, oh, it's the smell of cigarettes. Shit. And everyone's smoking something. Like, there are weed pens. Vaping. Everyone's vaping. And a couple people are smoking actual cigarettes. And I was intrigued, but I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I think it was George who gave me a weed pen, and I did inhale a little bit, just a tiny inhalation, but not enough to make me high at all, just a tiny inhalation for no reason whatsoever. I also inhaled the Mexican-American guy's mango vape a little bit, and I coughed a little bit in the car, which is actually quite nice. I like the mango flavor. Yeah, we went into the house, and again, I was trying my best to be comfortable in this situation. I sat on the sofa, the couch, and I just waited and texted. While Cliff, Justin, and the 2 Malaysians played this Monopoly game on their phone called Plato. Afterwards, I'm really hungry, so Cliff ordered something on Uber Eats, some Dave's Hot Chicken. So I got to try Dave's Hot Chicken last night, and it's actually pretty good. I got a chicken sandwich, plus a chicken tender, plus a piece of bread, plus a bunch of fries. Super greasy, super fat, super not healthy, but it tasted fine for the most part. We went to the room and we ate it on the floor. At some point, the Taiwanese dude has to leave. And he's like, oh, I'm going to show off my car. And so suddenly the 2 Malaysians and Justin left. And Justin's like, Enoch, are you coming? And I'm like, what? And then they're like, oh, the Taiwanese dude is showing off his car. So we're like, oh, sure. So I left the house a little bit to enter, to see his car. And I was like, oh, I thought, like, he's going to drive us somewhere. And Justin's like, oh, of course not. And then we all entered his car. And then the Taiwanese dude started his car. And at that point, I could tell Justin's beginning to be nervous. And it's so surprising because Justin's such a big, chill Malaysian guy. And then there's me, the small, socially awkward Hong Konger guy. And I'm not even nervous yet because I truly don't really care what's going to happen to me. And Justin was like, wait, are you actually starting the car? Are you actually going to drive us somewhere? Please say psych right now. Please say psych right now. And the Taiwanese dude actually started the car and started driving. And Justin, I could tell he's nervous, but he doesn't want to be impolite. So he's like, bro, like, where are we going? Where are we going? Drop us off here, you know? Bro. And then I was just silent. I just didn't really care what's going to happen to me. So at the end, the Taiwanese dude drove us a spin and then dropped us off. But yeah, that Taiwanese dude is like unhinged. Like there's something unhinged about him. Like, yeah. He just smokes cigarettes and whatever. And at some point, like, a bunch more people came in. Like, 3 girls came in. 3 Indonesian girls. And they were all dressed very exposed. Not to a point where they're like half naked and whatever, but like they're all just ready to party or something. But me and Cliff and some others, we just don't really care because we don't know them. So we just went into the room and we ate our dinner. And by that point, it was like 11 something p.m. already. And then we played games. We played Heads Up, which is, you know, you put the phone on your head and, you know, it says fucking Michael Jackson. And you say, hee hee. And I guess, oh, it's Michael Jackson. And if I don't know it, I go up and I pass it. You know, so we played that for a little while. I was actually pretty good at it. And then they played Among Us, and I can't play it because I don't have the app, and the Wi-Fi is down, so I can't download Among Us on my phone. And they played Plato a little bit, and that's when it started to get really boring. I just sat on the bed and on the floor for like hours until 2:30 p.m., until 3 actually, and I was just like bored out of my mind, and I didn't say a word. I was so quiet. And then afterwards, Cliff was like, yeah, you know what? I have to go home. And I'm like, me too. So the two Malaysians drove Cliff and I back home. They dropped off Cliff first. So yeah, that's that. Exchanged a bunch of IGs as well, but honestly, what's the point? I'll probably never see those people anyways. I wouldn't say it's a super crazy experience, but it's a pretty interesting experience nonetheless. You know, this feels like one of those frat houses where everyone's like smoking, vaping, high on something, playing games or whatever, hang out until 3 a.m. But yeah, that's that. So all in the meantime, there's a bit of a road bump. So on Saturday, all of me, Cliff, Leslie, and Michelle are free to watch Princess Mononoke at Landmark Westwood, which is fucking awesome. I want to watch. That's one of my favorite films of all times. You know, I really wanted to hang out with Leslie. I really want to see her, right? So I told Leslie. So I had a talk with her yesterday on Instagram DMs before I left the apartment. I was like, goddamn. And she said, amen. And I responded with a neutral face emoji, and she responded with a seal emoji. So we're having a pretty cute conversation, not gonna lie. Our conversation was going quite cute, and it's awesome. I love that shit. I probably have no idea how insane she is, and she's probably have no idea how insane I am. But I told Leslie, oh, by the way, Cliff is coming too. And he's like, oh, so at first she thought that it's just going to be us alone. And she was like, oh, do you want to sit together? Let's buy the tickets together. And then I said, oh, Cliff is coming. And he's like, oh, nice. And I said, oh, Michelle is coming too. And then Leslie was shook. She was like, she didn't expect it. She responded with a dot. And like, oh, fuck. Shit. And then I said, what? And she said, don't tell anyone, but Michelle has a crash on Cliff. She meant crush, but she said crash. And then she said, I don't know if I want to go anymore. Fuck! Are you serious? So, fuck. Again, Leslie's so sensitive. She refused to watch Suzume with me and Aoba because it's mainstream anime movie. And then now she's refusing to watch this because Michelle has a crush on Cliff, which is not true anymore. Like, Michelle's crush with Cliff has ended. So I explained it to her, and my first sentence in reaction to that was, you think I don't know that? Laughing emoji. Because I don't want to lie and pretend to be shocked. Especially to someone like Leslie. I don't want to lie to people I like. And then she just said bruh, and then she just gave me the disappointed emoji, and I was like, fuck, what should I do? And I'm in a pickle right now. I'm in trouble. This isn't the first time I've ever been in between two, a hard rock and a hard place, a rock and hard place. Like sometimes I would be between Natalie and Pink. But this is just bad. I want to see Leslie. So I told Michelle, how necessary is it for you to show up on Saturday? Like, how necessary is it for you to show up? And she's like, what do you mean? And so I explained to Michelle, I had to tell Michelle the truth. I said, well, Leslie's not comfortable with you being around Cliff because she's not comfortable in an awkward situation. And Michelle got fucking mad. Michelle was like, oh, wow. So Leslie told you that I have a crush on Cliff. She's so bad at keeping secrets. She betrayed me. And then I told her, please don't be mad at her. Please don't be mad at her. And Michelle was like, no, I have every single right to be mad. And then I tried to, like, persuade her to just not go. But without offending her at all. I just said, well, it's awkward now. Like, you know how Leslie is. She's super sensitive and she's unpredictable. And, you know, she just doesn't want to be in awkward situations. And then it's kind of ruined for Michelle. And Michelle's like, well, I guess I'm not showing up on Saturday then because I will not be welcomed by her. And wow, I'm reevaluating her completely right now. Like, I don't trust her anymore. Wow. And then, yeah, and then that's that. And I hate this. And I hate the fact that Michelle is starting to get mad at Leslie because of me. But it's not really my fault. It just naturally happens, you know. And I told Michelle, I'm sorry, you know, I feel like I caused this. And Michelle's like, no, it's not your fault. So, because of that, Michelle's not going on Saturday. Now, jumping back to Leslie. I have told Leslie that, okay, Michelle's not free. But I feel like I've already ruined it for her. Like, because of all this conundrum. And now Leslie's like, oh, I don't want to go because it doesn't feel right anymore. Like, you sort of ruined it for me. Fuck. Well, regardless, whatever the case may be, if Leslie decided not to go, that's fine. I'll just go myself. Because it's Princess fucking Mononoke. It's one of the greatest films of all times. So, that's that. And it's already 11:15. I'm going to eat some food, finish a movie, and then I'm going to head out very soon. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's that. Not much else. I'm going to go out to do some location scouting with Birkin, Zach, Carly, Red, Trinity Gang. Nick may show up from 1 p.m. I'll go to CMD at 1 p.m. and then we'll go around. Birkin will drive us around, so hopefully something happens. Yeah, that's that. I'll have a phone call with Michelle tonight, and tomorrow I'll be seeing Thomas. Tomorrow afternoon I could see Michelle in person if she wants, and tomorrow hopefully I get to see Leslie. Hopefully. I don't know, man. I feel like I messed her up a little bit. In fact, at some point yesterday, I just thought to myself, like, I just thought maybe it won't ever happen. Like, I'm so glad I didn't tell Cliff that I like Leslie. That's one major difference between what Michelle did and what I did. I didn't tell Cliff I like Leslie. Michelle told Leslie that she likes Cliff. Right? And because of that, it created an awkward situation. I didn't tell anyone but Michelle about how I feel for Leslie. I was so careful, and the carefulness paid off, because now nobody knows except for Michelle. Yeah. Shit. But yeah, now I'm feeling like Leslie feels weird about this because Michelle's simply going to the cinemas because Cliff is there. When in fact, I made this whole situation, I created this entire situation to watch a movie in Landmark Westwood because I want to see Leslie. And she doesn't know that. I just think that if I do, like, tell the truth to her, she'll probably just deny me. I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel like she just wants to stay platonic with me forever, basically. I don't know. Fuck. Bruh, Fast and Furious 11 right here. We're gonna swarm this place. The priest is gonna be so confused.
I know they have a big parking lot.
Don't make eye contact with people. Don't make eye contact with people. What the fuck are we doing here? Wait, where's the confession? Oh, we could film there. Wait, it's too small actually. Bro, we're so fucked. Bro.
Tell Red to leave the backpack in the car next time.
It's too far away to realize. Are they arguing? That would be pretty funny.
Oh, they're talking. They seem happy.
Oh no, that's legit.
That's the guy, right?
Yeah.
The woman in front of them.
Yeah, but still.
Even in rush, it's fine. 30 minutes. You're going by a comfortable car. It's a problem.
I mean, honestly, like, let's say I was really rich.
This place fucking sucks. Ugh.
I'm an all-time Salvador Carrasco. Not even the view.
What do you mean the view? Oh, that?
I sent it to Liana. Just go forward and make a right.
On Oakwood?
Or just like
If there, no, we'll kick someone else out. Trust me.
We can't kill me?
We'll kick someone else.
You can't kill me.
Bro, this is not scouting.
I'm scouting this.
Every day you're like looking. What you doing?
That's what I'm saying. I guess we go back there.
This is like all of LA, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Every place I've been to today looks depressing as hell.
Alright.
Should we just like quit and go home? This is so goofy. All right, time now is 12:36 after midnight. I am more tired than a ball sack, and I just had a 2-hour 40-minute phone call with Michelle, and somehow I still have a crisp voice. Yeah, let's talk about today quite a bit. I left the apartment and went to CMD. I don't know why, but today started off kind of bad. Like I was not in a very great mood. I don't know how to describe my feeling today, honestly. Like I don't feel sad, I don't feel melancholic. I feel mixed. Like today's weather is not very great. Maybe it's because of what happened with Leslie and Michelle last night. Maybe it's because of the rejection letters, maybe it's because of finishing my Virgin script and it's fucking me up a little bit. But I just don't feel very great. I just felt like mixed feelings, and I listened to some like sad music while walking to CMD. I arrived at CMD and like 10 people were waiting at the car park. Birkin, Liana, Benny was there. Today's Benny's birthday apparently. Red, Trinity, Jaden, Liam, And Jonathan joined a little bit later. And at first I was a little awkward, like I didn't know how to react, like haha hi. And Birkin was like, hey, how you doing? What's up, man? And I'm like, hi, I'm good, I'm good. But yeah, essentially there's that. So our journey begun. We took 2 cars with us, Birkin's truck and Benny's truck. I sat, me, Liana, and Liana's boyfriend, Khan, sat at the back. I sat shotgun. Benny drove his pristine old American car that has like leather couch seats and like rumbling engine. It was very pristine. We went to the first church and like we just parked and then we immediately left because apparently it's a church school and that's like my first choice for the church. We went to a second church and we thought it's okay, a little too big. We went to a third one, we went to a fourth one. So today overall it was like okay. I don't know why, but like even though overall I think the location scouting went successfully, it went according to plan, kinda, but for the most part I felt like it was like an idiotic thing. Like I am the location manager and Birkin the producer and Benny the UPM and Red the PD and Jonathan the DP. We're all here and we're like a bunch of idiots. We came totally unprepared. We didn't have flyers. We didn't know what to do. We didn't call the church beforehand. We just stroll in. And all of the times we were allowed to take photos and whatever, but like there's a certain awkwardness. Like especially when we went to the second church, the Saint Monica church, I like raised my phone to secretly film and Jonathan was like, put your phone down, I'm serious, they don't let you film here. And you know, in a Christian church they let you do that, in here I'm not sure, I'm not Catholic, so maybe he's right. So there's that, but at the end they let us film here, like they let us take photos, like not film. But yeah, and a lot of the times Birkin, Benny, Red, and Jonathan, they're like the squad, and I'm completely left out of the fucking equation. I'm the location manager, and I'm completely left out. I just stayed behind with Liam, and it's just like silly that I'm left behind. I mean, it's not like I want to join them anyways. It's actually like every single day passes, I care less and less about this project. I take this project less and less seriously. Like, why am I pouring so much time and effort into a script that's not even that great? Why? You know? I would rather like spend more time and effort on doing a script that I like more. And I know it's like out there, it's like the film industry out there, but like, come on, it's a class. So at the end, I'm not really huge on this. There's that. Yeah, and then we went to a church in Sawtell. Like Birkin randomly found a church, and then at some point they left. They went to an office, and me, Liam, Jaden, Trinity, Liana, and her boyfriend Han, we were just waiting there for like 20 minutes. It's so funny, and we joked around and whatever. Jaden made fun of me several times today, but I laughed it off. I took it like a man. And I think me taking it like a man, like, earned some respect from them. So that's great. And apparently Jaden's Filipino American. But, you know, he's kind of ethnically ambiguous, what can I say? And then Thomas joined. We went to some church in West Hollywood. And then Thomas joined, and then after that, everyone's hungry. It was like 5 p.m. So, you know, and so Birkin was like, you know what? Like I brought 2 grilled biscuits with me and I ate it. And Jaden made fun of me and he's like, wow, damn, like slow down, bro, slow down. You're a hungry boy, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. I didn't eat much of a breakfast. And then, so Birkin was like, okay, you know what? Let's go find some place to eat. So we went to this, went to John and Vinny's, which is an Italian restaurant, but we had to sit outside. So we changed our plan and we went to a deli, like a delicatessen place, like a Jewish place. And the food was fucking amazing. It was a huge restaurant. We were able to sit like all 10 of us. Benny dropped off Han back at CMD, but Liana followed us. We went to this place and I ordered a spicy pastrami beef sandwich. It was so spicy, but it also tastes amazing. And they also gave us dessert on the house. And I had Arnold Palmer, like the green tea lemonade mixture. And yeah, it was really nice, and I had fun eating. Like I had fun like talking to people. I talked to Red quite a bit today because Red sat like right beside me during the lunch at 5 p.m. At 6 p.m. actually. And we started talking about like religions, like Christianity and Catholicism, and how he likes Buddhism. And I said, oh yeah, Buddhism is a fire religion. And we talked about politics a little bit. It's really interesting. Red is a really good person to speak to because he just keeps talking and he always listens. Like no matter how insane you sound, he's always like, oh yeah, and he actually has something to say in return. So that's really nice. And then Benny talked about how like he was really depressed during the pandemic, and he went to the dark web and he started doxing Nazis. And Jonathan joked saying like, we're talking about anime now. And on the other side of the table, like Benny's talking about like doxing Nazis. But yeah, it was a really good meal. $21. I paid 21. I don't really know how much it costs. I'm guessing 21. Birkin left like a 9% tip, which is ridiculous. And so Jonathan paid an extra $20 bill to the waitress. To the waiter. But yeah, essentially there's that. Thomas was being really weird today. Like the way he pulled up to a Tesla with sunglasses, acting like he's so cool. And then like during lunch, I mean, he had lunch already, so he wasn't hungry. And he's the only person who didn't order any food. He did eat Jaden's leftover fries though. But for the most time, he's like eating a couple pickles, and he used knife and fork to like cut a small piece and eating it. Like he's like me from before. Like back in secondary school days, I would follow people to KFC and I would buy a Nick Tart and that's it. But like I buy a full-on meal, because I am fucking grown up, And then whenever we had to take photos, like Thomas immediately runs away. Like even when Jonathan at some point took photos of our feet, like Instagram white girl moment, and Thomas doesn't even want to have his feet, not even feet, like shoes, photographed. It's really funny. But yeah, after that we went to another church in Koreatown, and we went to another church in Silver Lake, and we passed by. We didn't even get off the car. We just passed by it, and it's too sketchy. We immediately left. And then we went to Holy Cross Church in downtown LA, and at that point it was really cloudy and it was raining slightly, and there was a Sunday mass going on. And Jonathan and Thomas stayed behind and prayed a little bit. It was a little awkward for me actually, and for others. It's so funny because Thomas is Christian, not Catholic, like Protestant. And Jonathan, I don't know how religious he is, but he stayed behind to pray a little bit. But yeah, and yeah, at some point Benny tried to impress Liana by singing a Russian song, like a 1960s Russian song, and another like communist song from the 1860s. And Liana was laughing and filming. I filmed some too, obviously. It was so funny. But yeah, Benny, I sense a bit of tension because Benny got UPM and I didn't, and I was like one of the biggest contestants. But honestly, I'm not that mad. And Benny told me that Zach called him saying that he's the official UPM, but he's still not 100% sure. Like, it's still, at the end of the day, a lot of speculation. But Zach did call Benny that he is the official UPM. So there's that. And then Thomas drove his Tesla, and then I sat shotgun, and Liam sat at the back, and we also talked a lot. And Liam revealed a couple very interesting things. So first of all, Liam thinks that Carly is the rat, and apparently Cuchillo wanted to make Benny his rat. So last Thursday, I followed Benny to Cuchillo's office to convince Cuchillo so that I could scout for PAs. That's like my ultimate card. That's my trump card. Right after that, it was dead silence because Cuchillo and Benny were waiting for me to leave. Turns out, it was the exact same conversation at that time when Cuchillo asked Benny to rat for him. And Benny, I don't know if he refused or not, but he definitely, he told Liam this, and Liam told me, so Benny's not doing it. So there's that. And yeah, another thing is just like Kuchio has spies all over the place, you know. And Liam's mad at Kuchio, and Liam has a master plan going on. Like Liam planned something huge for Kuchio, and he refused to tell me, and I understand why, and I respect that actually. I like a person who keeps their own plans secret. It's you know, I'd rather he keep it that way so that, you know, I would be in for the surprise as well. You know, even though I like knowing everything, you know. But yeah, not much else. At some point, Birkin started talking to people about having number of kids. Like Birkin asked Red how many kids does he want, and Red was like, a boy and a girl. And Birkin was like, a boy and a girl, like the boy first. And Red is like, yeah, the boy first. And Birkin's like, yeah, me too. Like, oh, you know, I want the boy to grow up so that he could protect the girl and stuff like that. And then Liana wants to have 3 kids, and she wants to live in Bel Air. A little earlier, when I was in Benny's car, like we talked about dystopian areas of LA, and Benny was like, Bel Air was so dystopian. And then Liana was like, no, like I love Bel Air. Liana wants to like live in Bel Air. And Benny was like, no, but like there are no parks and bus stops there. Like you have to drive to a park. And Liana's like, that's fine. Like if I have kids, they will have personal chauffeurs to drive them to the park. And it was like very privileged. And given that Liana on Instagram has like Balenciaga sneakers, it's like, okay, yeah, you're that type of person, okay. But yeah, essentially there's that. Apparently Jonathan is deciding to drop Tyler as key grip, which is pretty shocking because Tyler's been doing such a great job, but because Tyler doesn't show up every time, so maybe he's not that consistent. But yeah, there's that. Not much else. Leslie finally responded. So I told Leslie that Michelle's not going. And Leslie didn't fucking respond. What the fuck? She read it, she didn't respond. And then I sent again, so are you going? And Leslie said, well, maybe, like on Saturday, if I'm still conscious after my work, then yes, but you buy the ticket first. So I don't know. And then later tonight, like a few hours ago, Cliff told me that he can't make it because he has a USC shoot. It wraps at 9 p.m. and then on Sunday 9 a.m. he has to go back to USC again. So yeah, so Michelle's probably not going. Leslie may not go. Cliff may not go, and I may end up watching it completely alone. It's so on brand for me. It's so in character for me to experience this. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, and then I don't know. I had a 2-hour, 40-minute long call with Michelle again. It's crazy how much information is being thrown around. Yeah, apparently Kuchio emailed Betsy because Alcy also wants to be an associate producer. So Kuchio emailed Betsy to like give Alcy some advice, which is like fucking weird. And then finally, yeah, I just keep thinking about Leslie. Like, I don't know, like I just keep thinking of like moments that make Leslie seem like a special person to me. Or me being a special person to her, hopefully. Like, when Leslie saw me at the Seven Samurai screening and she got embarrassed, or when she got close to me and asked me to put down my birthday on her phone, or just our cute little conversation yesterday before the whole Michelle ordeal. But then at the same time, I'm beginning to think that maybe I should never tell Leslie my true feelings for her. Like, maybe she'll just be like, ooh, disgusting. Or like, maybe she just won't care, she just wants to be friends. I don't know. I just sent her a cat meme. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, time now is 7:07 a.m. in the morning on April 14th. I slept from 3:10 to 7, basically. That's less than 4 hours. So, yeah, that's very stupid. The fact that I have to wake up this early during spring break for some fucking reason, just so that I could hang out with Thomas. Fuck. I'm totally going to do an afternoon nap the moment I come back home. I'm not gonna eat lunch. I'm just gonna have an afternoon nap. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, a little later, I'm going to, 7:30, Thomas will come to my place to pick me up and drive me to LMU. And we're gonna visit LMU until lunchtime, and I'm gonna come back home. So that's that. I've never visited that school before, and given that Chapman and Season just rejected me, and my biggest chance right now is LMU, hopefully. I hope this is a good decision. Yeah, so, hope it works, I guess. Yeah. And then I'm gonna come back home, take an afternoon nap. After waking up, I'll make myself some lunch, chill a little, and then at around 4:30, I'm gonna leave again to, Westwood, to meet Michelle. And this actually, I realize this, but I don't hang out with people a lot in the world of LA. I meet people a lot, but I don't hang out with them ever. I mean, yesterday was kind of a hangout, but also we're doing it for Film 33. But today I'm meeting Michelle just for the sake of meeting her, really. So, that's that. That's gonna be interesting. I don't even know what to eat for breakfast later. Yeah, last night Michelle actually told me she thought I was like a mini Russian doll. Like the kind of doll that you open up and there's another layer behind. And that's such a good compliment, because yesterday I showed even more of my sides to her. Like, I showed my mom's side, because my roommate Candace and her boyfriend, they keep putting dirty dishes in the dishwasher. And they're so dirty, like, the dishwasher probably won't be able to wash them properly, and it's such a fucking mess. So I cleaned them up for them. And then at some point I joked around saying, like, I want to play cutesy anime song in front of Leslie. So yeah, I want to appear the same way to Leslie. Layered.
Yes, because I don't like that I'm like an old man now.
What do you mean, old man?
It's what?
That is definitely a fountain of all times.
Visitors lane. Oh, wait, which lane's the visitors lane? Okay, visitors lane. I think we're here. Alright. We are here.
Yeah, I got it. Go.
I mean, it's a cool campus. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Have you been here before?
Nope. It's my first time.
It's a nice campus.
Have you been here?
I did, but it was during like.
Oh, jolly.
Oh yeah, there are probably going to be a lot of Chads here.
A lot of Chads?
Like wannabe Chads.
Picturesque. Bro, what is this?
There's 450 spaces in our transfer class. You have distinguished yourself as the best of the best. Congratulations. That's another round of applause for yourself. It's a big deal. Our admitted student pool hails from over
Here at LMU, we are a top 10 California business school, and we believe in business for good. And
This is so depressing.
Bro, don't say that out loud.
We're like, oh, we'll just be right up here.
Fair is happening until 12:30. There's some cookies and some drinks that are available for you, but if you'd like to head out, you are also welcome to do
Alright, time now is 4:22 p.m. Let's talk about today a little bit, I guess. At 7 a.m. I woke up. Thomas was gonna pick me up at 7:30, but he showed up outside of my apartment at 7:22, and he drove me to LMU. And apparently he lost his wallet, so rip, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I was like half dead today. When he arrived outside of my apartment, I hadn't even started eating my Eggos for breakfast, which fucking sucked. And then, yeah, and then I started to have stomachache. On his Tesla, I started to have a stomachache. I felt really cold and tired, and my stomach was hurting so much. I realize it's been a while since I've had a stomachache. But yeah, definitely not a pleasant experience at all. We arrived at LMU, and I was like half dead. Throughout the entire day today, I was basically half dead. Yeah, I was like barely alive. I looked like absolute shit. You know, if I could win an award for looking like shit every single day, I would probably win a lot of awards, because I look terrible. And sometimes I don't even feel terrible, but I just look terrible. I look like I came out of the trenches in the freaking Eastern Front or something. But yeah, essentially there's that. And we sat through a torturously long opening speech in this admissions day. And then we walked through, we had a campus tour thing. Me and Thomas and a bunch of other people walked through the entire campus. And honestly, it's not bad. Like LMU, sure, the campus is nowhere near as large as UCLA, but I think it's larger than USC. It gives me the vibe that it's larger than USC, and it has some pretty scenic spots. It's pretty comfortable. If the weather isn't as cold, I would say this is a pretty comfortable place to be, comfortable place to study. And the film building itself reminds me a lot of CMD, and it's quite cozy. I would say it's quite cozy. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I would say it's quite the cozy place. So I wouldn't mind getting accepted here. I almost fell asleep. At some point I went to an auditorium, and I almost fell asleep. I was just so, like, half dead. But, I almost, like, about maybe around in the middle of the campus tour, I started, like, my stomachache started to pass away. I started to pass because, you know, usually it's like that. If it hurts a lot, I'm just gonna hold it, and at some point, the pain will go away until I return home, and then the pain will magically return. It happens like that all the time. So that's what happened. Thomas told me that apparently Liam got into LMU. And also all of Liam, Jaden, and Trinity got into CSUN. Yeah, there's that. I spoke with a couple of people. I spoke with a film person about hearing back from the admissions, and she's like, you gotta ask the admission. And then I asked her a bullshit question, like, oh, if I like get into film production and then minor in screenwriting, is that okay? And she's like, of course it's okay. It is the most popular option for a lot of the film students. I'm surprised that I'm still able to compose myself, even though I'm like literally half dead. I asked another person, an admissions person, about hearing back from the admissions, and she told me to email them, so that's what I'm gonna do probably tonight. But yeah, essentially there's that. I came back home, and on the way back home, Benny suddenly tried to call me, and my phone was on silent, so I texted. That's Potter. Benny texted me, and I'm like, can we call? And I'm like, sure. Which is weird. Benny never calls me. Or like seldom, you know. It's only happened once. Because I lost my role as UPM, so fuck it, you know. And then I came back home. I went to the bathroom, took a shower, and was gonna go to bed. Go back to bed because I'm tired as fuck. And then I started to click. Hold on. Fuck. Is Benny calling me because last night I sent Michelle a video I secretly filmed of Benny singing a Russian song to impress Liana. And Discord is fucking trolling me. And I accidentally sent it to the ETC group, which is a group where all the higher-ups and all the film club people are, which is fucking insane. The good thing is, aside from Red, no one else are in that group. No one else of importance are in that group. And I immediately deleted it within 3 minutes. But yeah, that was a huge oopsie, and I hope nobody noticed that, you know. So I hope that's not why Benny's calling me. I really hope not, because if he finds out and he tells on me, I'm fucked. Oh, Benny's calling me now. That's great. Okay, so just finished the phone call with Benny. It's not about the video, thank God. Oh boy, I'm increasingly getting more and more paranoid. Okay, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I couldn't fall back asleep. I slept from like 1:30 to 3:15, and I slept the whole way through, but I didn't really fall asleep. I woke up again. I laid on my bed for a little longer. I went out and made myself a quick lunch, which is onion, omelet, bacon, tortilla, avocado, Ralph's guacamole. These are the remnants of the lunch. And now I'm gonna immediately head out so that I could meet up with Michelle and we shall talk. And hopefully, Potter just DM'd me asking me if I'm free tomorrow. I'll probably say yes so that we could hang out or whatever. And hopefully Leslie shows up tomorrow night and like we walk on the streets and like stroll in the middle of the night and like have a real good personal moment. I don't fucking know. Apparently, like a while back when they were doing this Leaving the Factory short film screening in Hollywood or something, Michelle showed up there. Leslie also showed up because she literally shows up everywhere. Leslie sat beside Michelle and slept on her arm and started molesting her hands and like doodling with her finger on her hand and was like, wow, you have such soft hands. Like, ugh. Right? I sent her a cat meme and she liked it, so at least that's like a good sign. I don't fucking know. And we're back. I was gonna like go in and buy the ticket for tomorrow, but it's not even open, so Travis Pickle. Damn. Today's kind of a cold day, but
yeah.
I shall enjoy some of this saffron rose water.
Saffron with pistachio.
All right, time now is 11:21 p.m. Ooh, let's talk about today, the second half of the day. I left my home again at around 4 something. And there's Benny's phone call, and then there's taking the bus to Westwood. You know, this is really weird because I don't hang out with people at all. Like, I just don't. Like, when's the last time I hung out with someone? January, when I hung out with people in Hong Kong. Like, back in the Hong Kong world. But in the world of LA, I really cannot recall the last time I truly hung out with a person just for the sake of hanging out with a person. Like, every time I go out with someone, it's... Oh, actually, no, I did hang out with Cliff when we watched Eyes Wide Shut together. That's considered a hangout. And when we watched Close together, that's true. I also did hang out with Alba when we went to Hollywood. That's actually true. How could I forget? But still, it's really rare. So I arrived at Westwood. I was like 5 minutes early. I wanted to go into Landmark Westwood to buy the Princess Mononoke ticket. But at the end, I did not. Because the cinema's not open. So I went online and bought it myself. So I originally wanted to just not buy the ticket at all. Like, if Leslie says no tomorrow, then what's even the fucking point of going? Cliff's not going, Michelle's not going. What's the fucking point? But still, I love this film, and if nobody goes and I go alone, that's fine. That's totally fucking fine. So yeah, that's that. So I made the decision and went and ordered. And there are almost like no more seats. So if Leslie wants to buy tomorrow, well, we'll probably not share the same, like, sit together. But it's okay. It's definitely okay. Yeah, and then I just waited there for Michelle. Michelle showed up, and again, I don't know, like, seeing people in person is a little awkward for me. So after seeing him, like, usually when we have phone calls, I could say the craziest shit. But at first with Michelle, I was a little uneasy. But then afterwards, once I got acclimated to it, I can start acting myself again. But yeah, we essentially went to share tea. I wanted to go to that cafe that I and Potter went to when we hung out in Westwood for the first time so that I could buy coffee, but that cafe is closed. So I went to share tea again to buy a mango green tea drink, which is funny. And apparently Michelle already drank boba yesterday, but she's drinking it again today, so she's even crazier. So we just drank and we walked and we just talked. Yeah, it's pretty much like a continuation of the stuff we talk on the phone calls. You know, Film 33, I told her that Liam got into LMU, and then Liam, Jaden, and Trinity got into CSUN, and Michelle was, like, shocked. Michelle was fucking shocked. And, yeah, and then we talked about Leslie a little bit. Just the more I think about her, the more, like, I'm interested in her. Like, the more I find her interesting. Which, again, I don't know if it's, like, me forcing myself to do it, or is it like me legitimately finding her interesting? But there's something about her that just like excites me, you know, it's exciting. Seeing her is exciting. Yeah, we just walked and I thought because Westwood is so close to Tehrangelis, aka Little Persia, might as well go there. And you know, we could, you know, Michelle's half Persian, so might as well. So we walked there, and we walked and talked, and Michelle's like, oh, have you tried Persian ice cream? And I'm like, no. So Michelle brought me to a place that sells Persian ice cream, and I got a saffron rose water flavored ice cream. And Michelle was shocked. Like, ooh, you got that? And I'm like, yeah, I like trying new things. Yeah, I tried it, and it's not great. The flavor is just like perfume. But I like the texture of the ice cream. And when I said that, Michelle laughed so hard, she like spat on my face a little bit. I'm just so good with these one-liners. And also throughout the day today, like, I'm monotone. I talk a little monotone because I'm tired. But I would say pretty crazy shit. And she would say, she said this like at least 6-7 times a day. Like, wow, you're a very interesting person. Wow, you're like a Russian doll. Like, the more I know you, like, the more layers you got. Like, it's crazy how she would naturally use these terms to describe me. I love being described as someone interesting. But she still thinks I'm like a fluffy marshmallow on the surface. But she does find me pretty interesting and weird and crazy in a charming way. which is pretty much what I want people to perceive me to be. So that's like fucking awesome. I want Leslie to see me the same way. So that's that. And then after that, Michelle brought a giant cup of ice cream for her dad, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you my dad's house. So Michelle's dad lives with her stepmom now in one giant, not even giant, like one pretty nice house that's about 4 times the size of this apartment I'm living in right now. It's 2 stories, and it's somewhere near Tehrangeles. I went into the house, I said hi to the dad, and the dad is like 70 something years old, big old guy with crazy mustache, and he's a little senile, just a tad bit. And he's like, hey, hello, and shook my hand. And it's a pretty nice house. So it's really interesting. I don't think I've been to a non-Hong Konger's house before. I mean, I went to that Mexican house with Retablo. That's true. Let me think. But yeah, still a very interesting experience. So we went to the backyard and we just sat until sunset and we started talking about movies. We shared Letterboxd with each other. We looked at each other's Letterboxd account. And it's really interesting. She probably had seen more films than me. And it's pretty impressive, really. Like, a lot of deep cuts. She's seen a lot of deep cuts. Like, even anime, like, she isn't the biggest anime fan ever, but the anime she's watched is Fruits Basket and Night is Short, Walk On Girl, the movie I just finished, like, yesterday, which is very impressive. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And she's seen, like, The Mission from, like, a film class, from a film history class, or, some sort of, or Film 1, which is crazy. I didn't know that in my college. There's a professor who has met Johnny To and has screened The Mission as part of the course. That's so fucking awesome. That's so rad. That's such a 2000s word, but yeah. Yeah, and then we talked, and then it started to get cold, and then there was a power outage, so the place is pretty dark for a while, and then I sat at the sofa. I saw her dad's dog, which is very big, kind of cute. She doesn't bite, but she like shows her teeth like sometimes, and I play around with her a little bit. And then we just keep talking, and it's really, like, interesting. There's also a magnifying glass, and when I found it, I was like, ooh, my weapon of choice. And then Michelle was like, ooh, I gotta take a photo of you, holding a magnifying glass because you're the detective. And then she's like, say Leslie, and I'm like, I hate you. It's awesome that, like, I have friends that I can confront. Like, I can never say this to Pink or something. But yeah, essentially, there's that. Yeah, not much else. And then I returned home at around 8:40-ish. I cooked myself dinner immediately, which is potatoes, steak with garlic and butter, and then some simple salad. It's really basic dinner, and I almost couldn't finish the potatoes. I don't know why, but I'm just not in the mood in eating potatoes at all, honestly. I rate this dinner like maybe a 3 to a 4 out of 10. But yeah, essentially that's that. Candace's boyfriend, man, I swear to God, he just bugs me every time, and I take it really well. Like, he's like, oh, Enoch, what's up? And he saw me cooking steak, and he's like, oh, thank you for cooking for me. And I'm like, no problem. And he's like, how's the project? And he's been asking me this for like many days now, because I told him that, I had this USC shoot, and I'm like, oh, it's finished. And he said, oh, is it good? And I'm like, yeah, it went really well. And then he said, oh, please send it to me after it's done. And I'm like, sure. I mean, I don't know, I'll try. And he's like, oh, come on, man. Like, I want to see your work. You're the boss, man. And I'm like, I'm not the director, so I don't know. But I'm like, oh, if I get the link, sure, I'll show it to you. So, I'm taking it like a man. I don't know why, but I'm perceiving hostility when he's probably not being hostile. But because I'm so sensitive, I perceive hostility from, like, anyone. But yeah, the fucking plates in the dishwasher, man, is so dirty. I had to clean them by myself. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Potter wanted to hang out with me tomorrow. because apparently for a photo assignment, Potter, his friend, and his friend's girlfriend is going to the beach to take a bunch of photos, and I can bring my camera with me as well. Like, I don't know about A7 III, but I can bring my like Photo 1 camera. I think that'd be cool as well. So yeah, essentially, there's that. I'm gonna hang out with Potter tomorrow. Benny asked me, texted me again, asking, so are you coming tomorrow? And I said, sorry, I don't think I'll come because I want to sleep in. So that's that. And Benny's like, okay, cool. But I'll probably see Benny on Sunday. So wow, spring break suddenly got a lot more eventful, and suddenly I feel less. Like last night, I felt kind of paranoid, and maybe I'm forcing it. Maybe because I'm trying to finish the version, I'm trying to force myself back to a state of cynicism and anger, but it's quickly going away again. Like, of course, I don't feel super loved, and there's a sense of danger looming. But I feel okay still. Like, I'm still far from being mentally broken, but I'm close. I feel like, and yeah, I just really want to see Leslie. I don't know either way if she comes or not tomorrow at night for Princess Mononoke. It's romantic either way. If she shows up, she's going to be like a fucking angel from the sky. If she doesn't show up, it's romantic too, because it's like I'm in love with the idea of her, not the real her. You know, it's like I'm going on a date with a ghost, and I'm gonna cry probably, but it's okay. And yeah, I may just take Uber back home or something. I don't know. It's gonna be so late. You know, fuck it. I'm gonna walk back home. If it's a half an hour walk, I'll take a walk. I really don't know. Yeah, Leslie made an Instagram story, and it's just another selfie, but she doesn't take selfies as in, oh, I'm so pretty, like the same way Pepper takes selfies. Leslie's selfie is just literally her face, and the caption, you know, I'm drinking booze, but I have to deal with the first AD and producer. And yeah, it's like, yeah, the more I see Leslie, the more, like, she's actually not bad. Yeah, fuck, and I keep thinking about her today. Like, even though I'm with Michelle and all, but, like, keep, like, thinking about her, and, like, the way she interacted with me on Instagram DMs, like, she's kind of, there's a certain intimacy, a certain unspoken intimacy between us. I really don't know. I really, like, I know for someone like Michelle, who has had crushes on so many guys, like, if she has another crush, it's not, like, a huge deal. But, like, for me, this is fucking it, you know? Like, this has to be it. Please, God. Please. So, yeah, I don't know. But I swear to God, if she shows up tomorrow, it's too good to be true. You know, I'm going to make a prediction. She's not going to show up tomorrow. But that's okay, because I'll be seeing her on Wednesday anyways. But yeah, essentially, there's that. I'm also probably going to go to Nijia Market tomorrow. Pepper texted me a little bit as well about Long Beach needing my college transcript, which I thought is, like, it's not true. I mean, they need an official, not the official transcript. And then I checked my email, turns out they do need the official transcript. So, boo-hoo, I guess.